Corn, beans, and squash form a symbiotic trio known as the Three Sisters. Corn provides a structure for beans to climb, beans enrich the soil, and squash defend from weeds. Unlike monocultures, which focus on a single plant and lack biodiversity, the Three Sisters thrive on community and interdependence. Across the Front Range, we are experiencing rapid urban growth that seeps into our forests, streams, rivers, and wetlands. We notice these changes through the time we spend looking out car windows. What stands out to us may be people walking across the street or a construction site, or depending on where you are, a rare owl spotting. Our lives are busy and chaotic, leaving little time to notice subtle changes around us. Often, our motivation to act doesn't ignite until we're personally impacted. As Colorado expands into new areas, animals are pushed into smaller and smaller spaces. One such critter, small yet numerous, is the prairie dog. Before the western expansion, prairie dogs owned the Great Plains at an estimated 5 billion strong. In contrast, animals like deers and owls are granted protection due to their perceived ecological and cultural value. Nowadays, they are pushed aside to the unwanted corners of our landscape. Despite this, if you slow down enough, you can hear their chitter. Still, their voice is not loud enough to warrant attention for protection. It's just loud enough to be a nuisance.
Developing tonight in Parker, neighbors fed up with what they say is a pest problem.
Kent Ween says his neighborhood has gone to the dogs.
I know they're cute, but they're pests.
They've tried filling holes and using mothballs, rodent repellent, and traps, but nothing keeps the animals away for long.
I would have liked to have seen some type of effort made, to remove, the animals and then relocate them.
I mean, I'm not against prairie dogs and everything else, but so they're going to relocate them where? On somebody else's property? So they're somebody else's problem?
Nearly a decade ago, these prairie dogs were relocated from what is now the Promenade Mall in Castle Rock.
Put them in your backyard then, it's like I have, and I'm very happy that I did.
Deanna Meyer saved about a fifth of that prairie dog colony from extermination by bringing them to her land.
So I would say I'm pro prairie dog so far. I think the way in which we do things matter. It's way easier just to crop dust the whole thing and just not have to deal with it. But at the same time, then it's what are the ramifications of it? How do the kids react to it in terms of okay, this is just how you easily do things. And in a way where you don't really care about something, whether it's an ant or a prairie dog or a dog or an owl or whatever. I just don't think that people sometimes think about all the trickle-down effects that can occur from just doing something easy. And then something that was told to me at a very young age is the longest distance between any two paths is a shortcut. And so when it comes to, we have bison here in the arsenal, we have hawks, we have eagles, in those trees right over there, there's eagles' nests that occur every season. We have a resident owl that stays on that lamppost over there. I mean, you can't just pick and choose what you get. It either comes as a whole package or it doesn't. And I would say if I had to have either all of it or none of it, if this world was binary, I'd rather take having wildlife in the community versus not having it.
Let's stop destroying the habitat for keystone species. Without them, the grassland community is not going to be healthy. This land, we see so many golden eagles and bald eagles. Also, the grasses have become super diversified.
The bond in the Three Sisters system emphasizes interdependence, demonstrating the importance of shared growth and mutual benefit. Creating similar shared spaces for prairie dogs reflects this concept, advocating for coexistence and sharing our landscape to support both the land and its wildlife. Coexisting involves sharing the land we call home, providing refuge for the prairie dog, and adopting a mindset that we need to share space, water, and air with all. We need to be more observant of the beings around us. Whether they chitter, roar, or laugh, we need to give voice to the voiceless and ensure that all have a space to share their story.